EEOC report filed. They hired her after that, ? Adam, again, presumably Adam Ward, the photographer. Adam went to HR on me after working with me one time, ! 3 times. And then the most harrowing of all of the tweets, I filmed the shooting, see Facebook. And indeed, those who saw what happened, and this is all at about 11:45 Eastern Standard Time, were able to actually see what it was that was on Facebook. And it was indeed an execution video from the shooter's perspective of a gun, a hand holding a gun, and opening fire on Allison as she was giving a live report. The camera goes dead at that point, and it is presumed that shortly after, the photographer Adam Ward and then the other victim in this case who survived, Vicky Gardner, were also shot. There was another tweet that's making a lot of news as well today, and it is an entirely different kind of tweet. It comes from the boyfriend of Allison Parker. It's Chris Hurst. He's one of the main anchors at that station. He anchors the 6 and 11 p.m. broadcasts, and this is what he put out. We didn't share this publicly, but at A. Parker, WDBJ7, that's Allison Parker, and I were very much in love. We just moved in together. I am numb. I think it's important to mention as well that the producer of the morning show, who was in the control room working on that show live, named Melissa Ott, or Opp, I didn't hear the name properly, she witnessed this as well. She was engaged to Adam, the photographer who was killed. This has all been incredibly distressful. I want to bring in Drew Griffin, who's been talking to former employees and other sources. What have you found out, Drew, about Bryce Williams and his past at that station?
He was very difficult to work with at that station, according to past employees. In fact, so difficult, he would often yell at people, make charges, as you've seen in some of his recent tweets, at people. But also, when he was fired, and he was fired from understanding in February of 2013, according to a newsroom employee, all the newsroom employees had to evacuate or get out of the newsroom when this person came back in to clear out his desk. Police were at the station when this took place. This, the employee was told, was because they weren't sure of the reaction, if there would be any violent reaction of Mr. Williams coming in to clear out his desk. So clearly there was a history at that station where at least they had suspicions that this person's ability to handle a crisis or to deal with his emotional stress could turn into violence. That was in February 2013. We also know he filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against a former station in Tallahassee, Florida. That case also dismissed. Apparently they came to some kind of agreement. But, you know, just in the last couple of weeks, Ashley, there were some also disturbing tweets, all down from his Twitter account now, in which he is posting, going back to his childhood, pictures of himself and kind of showing his entire life as it progresses through childhood, through modeling, through various jobs he took, almost to show his entire life unfolding on Twitter, and then it all leads up to this day. So there's a lot of disturbing things we're seeing as we look into the past that all took place before this shooting this morning at 6:45, Ashley.
So distressing. Drew Griffin for us reporting with his source material as well. Thank you, Drew. We'll be right back after this.
Listen up, team.